Now, SEC, no 10.5s.
No,
Also, no 3.5s.
No, that seems about right.
So,
Georgia and Texas feel about right.
yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, I don't know. I could see Georgia going under, honestly. I don't know, though. I'm not a huge, I don't think Stockton is just a game breaker at quarterback. I think he's okay.
Okay, FanDuel has Florida at 7.5.
Yeah, they opened at 6.5. They're up now.
Yeah, because I think, boy, if I could get them at 6.5 now, I'd love that.
They opened at 6.5. By the way,
I think, yeah, 6.5 would be a great deal. 7.5 feels better. I think they may actually they could be better than that.
I think it's interesting having A&M at 8.5, Oklahoma at 7.5. That's kind of two teams that you would kind of put on the same tier, in my opinion. I honestly would have more faith in Oklahoma than A&M because I think Mateer's a better quarterback. I think, they both have solid defenses. I think Oklahoma's just kind of shown a higher ceiling. They made the playoff, right?
Well, so did A&M. So.
I know, but
they've stumbled down the stretch. A&M, yeah, I think that they should definitely be on the same tier. Yeah, I don't have any real problems with those in front of me. There's high expectations for LSU, but 8.5 seems, boy, you better get to 8 wins at least.
Yeah, dude, if they end the season 8 wins after what they just did with Lane Kiffin, people are gonna be pissed. They better get to 9 wins.
I guess the only one the biggest one just on that list, I think Florida would be the one I'd have an issue with.
I think Florida and Ole Miss you probably swap there.
Ole Miss may come back a little bit. I think Florida's could be a sneaky playoff team if the schedule works okay towards their favor this year. And if things click a little bit, they've got some ability on offense.
I think there's a potential here with Ole Miss. I think Pete Golding's a good coach, but with them, they've lost some key pieces on their defense to LSU and to the draft. And I think there's a potential here where every other team in the SEC has upgraded and descended in the offseason, and Ole Miss has kind of just like tread water, kind of maintain maybe slight downgrade. And you could see them get jumped by 3 or 4 teams. You could see Missouri do better than them. You could see Tennessee do better than Vanderbilt. Like some of these teams in the 6.5 could all finish ahead of Ole Miss by the end of the season if all those teams upgraded across the board, and Ole Miss kind of feel like they just maintained, they tread water, they lost some good guys. So I'm not sure. I think Pete Golding is a good coach, and I think long-term, I think they'll be fine. I just think this year may be kind of a rebuilding year for Ole Miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the only unders I think South Carolina and Kentucky both could be under 5.5.
Yeah, 5.5 seems high for Kentucky. I would take them over at 4.5, but I just don't see them getting 5.5, 6 wins.
Shane Beamer's probably on the hot seat at 5.5.
Yeah, but again, Lenore Sellers is back, so he is an X factor. He could definitely win some games, and again, those 6.5 and 5.5, the people that finish at the bottom of that stack are going to be really, really angry at the end of the season. The people that finish at the top are going to feel like, man, we were just this close to the playoff, and in reality, what's going to separate them are like maybe a field goal.
Yeah.
So
can't wait.
It's going to be insane.
SEC plays 9 games.
Like, what is the difference between South Carolina and then a Tennessee or Missouri at home at South Carolina? Like, is that a 6-point game? Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, it depends.
You're right. And that one game can flip the whole, so there's tons of possibilities. I'm excited.